Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. Today we take a look at sports in the Pacific Northwest, which is about as an exciting place to be a sports fan as there has been in the last decade or so. You've got the Seattle Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl. You have the Seattle Sounders FC, who we're going to crash a game at CenturyLink Field later on in the episode. You'll see how electrifying that atmosphere is. And right now we are at Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners, where we'll talk to a number of Seattle Mariners about their musical taste and what it's like here in the Pacific Northwest. And don't forget about the music.
Back in Season 1 of Sounds by the Sound, we profiled the special relationship that the Seahawks have with music. That influence stretches well past pro football. Among many examples, the Sounders have an actual band named Soundwave, who play before and during games. And Macklemore's tune, My Oh My, is a tribute to the late Mariners broadcast legend, Dave Niehaus.
Rest in peace.
Today we'll meet up with a great band called the Hollers at the Seattle Boxing Gym, but first we're going to put Robert DeLong next to home plate for performance at Safeco. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
I've been running around while you've been saving the world. I've been out of my mind, I've been dreaming things and scheming things. I've been smoking the poison, you've been slinging your anecdotes. I've been running around while you were saving the world from nothing. The end, things will never go our way in the end. The end, things will never go. So take it in, don't hold your breath. The bottom's all I found. We can't get higher than we get on the long way down. Burning light in my eyes, blinding me from the truth. If there's a shadow in me, the dark is a tidal wave inside of you. Taking shots of communion, getting drunk on your antidote. I'll seat next to me down below. The end, everyone will grow away in the end, everything will grow. So take it in, don't hold your breath. The bottom's all I found. We can't get higher than we get on the long way down. Bottom's all I found. We can't get higher than we get on the long way down. So take it in, don't hold your breath. The bottom's all I found. We can't get higher than we get on the long way
We are outside Safeco Field with Mr. Robert DeLong. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. How's it going?
It's good. It's good, man. Once upon a time, you were from Bothell, Washington.
Bothell, Washington, yeah, born and raised.
Pacific Northwest. Did you grow up here, or was this one of many places that you bounced around to?
No, yeah, so I lived here until I was 18. Same house from 3 to 18. So,
yeah. Did you grow up then listening to Pacific Northwest bands?
I think back specifically to high school, and that's when I really, kind of got into the scene. And, at that time, bands like Death Cab, Modest Mouse, and, Dave Bazan, scenic, all that stuff was kind of happening and coming up, And
Absolutely.
So that was what I saturated myself with.
How much did you do in bands before you started just being Robert DeLong?
Yeah, I was always playing with other people, mostly as a drummer, and I was also writing songs and doing kind of the audio recording element. And then, as the nerdiness factor took over, I got into the electronic stuff.
I was gonna say, man, that's a brave move, and it's a tough move, being able to not just play in a band, but being behind the drum kit. You are sheltered and shielded in a lot of ways, and to go out and be the guy that's front and center with your songs and your music and be the only one guy, it's gotta be a big change for you.
Absolutely, it was, and initially it was scary, and that was what was nice about my setup is I had all these electronics around me, so I could still be in headphones and kind of hide behind it. But,
sure.
I've learned to become a performer, I suppose, and embrace that part of it. At this point, I have 3 stations I run around between. I'll have guest performers that'll join me, and it's kind of a wild, experience for sure.
If you're thinking about big name festivals, you obviously just got done playing Coachella
Right.
as well. How was that experience?
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, I bet.
It was nerve-wracking going into it, but once I got on stage, it's like everything came together, and I just got to party.
You just released a record.
Right.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the record In the Cards came out last September, and it was fun. It was kind of a labor of love between touring. I've been touring probably 250 days a year for the last 3 or 4 years. So, when I had days off, I would write tunes, and then, I'd come back and finish recording them and stuff like that. And so it was nice to be able to put out some new music, and it was released last September, and I've been rocking those tunes live ever since.
Is this the first stadium that you've played?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
No, I've played in Dallas at Edge Fest, a couple like radio festivals here and there in Columbus, places like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is your first headlining gig.
There we go.
in the stadium, no doubt. Well, we appreciate you doing it, man.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the new record. It's so awesome to see a kid that's grown up in the Pacific Northwest go out and do what you've been able to do, because like I said, the live show is one of a kind. Your record, which is your second full length, is out of this world. We're just thrilled to have you on the show.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. It is Robert DeLong, and you're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. We are at Safeco Field. We're not just at Safeco Field, we are on Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners, and without question, the best park in Major League Baseball. It is gorgeous here. Today we're going to talk to a couple of Mariners about their love of music, their love of the Pacific Northwest, and much more. You are watching Sounds by the Sound. Let's do it. We're at Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners, with Charlie Furbush, Seattle Mariner Steve Cishek. It is King Felix Hernandez. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How
Thanks
are
for
you?
being on Sounds by the Sound.
No problem, man.
I'm curious about your musical taste. Any favorite artists? Any favorite songs?
No, I like kind of house music,
Yeah?
like electronic. Yeah, I love that
Sure.
song, man. It's made me pump, and I love it.
I listen to Ren Collective, but I also grew up on classic rock.
I would have to give some credit to OAR,
Yeah?
Elder Revolution.
I remember that band.
I
Yeah,
saw them a couple times live, and they put on a great show. And
Cool.
They got a great saxophone player that really kind of brings out the best in the band.
Who do you think, taking yourself out of the equation, has the best music taste on the team?
I'm gonna give it to my locker buddy Taiwan Walker.
Awesome.
You know, he's always got the newest, the most fresh music.
Me and Seth Smith are on the same line there with the music, and so I think he has great music taste.
Franklin Gutierrez.
Yeah. What's he listening to? Is he same as you?
Same, yeah,
Okay,
same.
great,
We love that music.
What about worst music taste?
I don't know what's that way, Miley. You like country? I don't like country.
Iannetta, he's from the Northeast,
Yeah.
and I mean, don't get me wrong, country music's okay, I like
Yeah.
it, but I just never pictured him walking out the country music. It shocked me.
From a few songs that I've heard, or at least him commenting on, I'll give it to Mike Montgomery, another
Sure.
pitcher. You know, I guess to each his own, right?
Exactly,
You know, Whatever
exactly.
gets him pumped up, right?
So last night, Macklemore threw out the first
Yeah.
pitch. How'd he do?
He did pretty good. I mean, I was warming up with that in the bullpen. I met him before. He did pretty good. He
yeah,
did pretty
good,
good.
good,
Yeah,
good,
better
good.
than 50 Cent.
That's very funny and very true. That
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of pressure to go out there. Obviously, you do it every day to go
Yeah,
out there. You
yeah.
mess it up, it is a lifetime of ridicule.
Oh, yeah.
Felix, congratulations on everything, man.
Thanks, man.
Have a great season for
Appreciate it,
sure.
thank you.
We appreciate you being in the Pacific Northwest and glad you're enjoying your time here. Absolutely. Right now, we're gonna go to a performance from the Hollers. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
What you want, you can have it. Quick tricks and all my dirty habits. The way you look, the way you talking, and I ain't leaving here unless I'm walking with you. Yeah, you always catch my eye, you do. Yeah, well, let me tell you why. I don't wanna be alone together. We'll never be alone together. Some people are alone together. We'll never be alone together. I asked a lot, you asked for nothing. You stuck around when I was running. The nights we danced, the times we stayed in, and locked the door so no one came in the room. Yeah, your house into a home, it's true. We're gonna be here for a while. I don't wanna be alone together. We'll never be alone together. Some people are alone together. We'll never be alone concern. It's just you and me here. Well, hell, it better work. I don't wanna be alone together. We'll never be alone together. Some people are alone together. We'll never be alone together. Cause you're looking at me, then you turn red and bright.
We are at the Seattle boxing gym with the Hollers. Fellas, thank you for being here. Can you talk about how you guys got started?
Frank and I grew up together, and we worked together when we were kids and this and that, and I knew Andrew from the recording studio. We kind of started writing some songs together, and Jordy popped in the shop one day that I was working at, and I heard him playing guitar, and he was really, really good, so I asked him if he played bass.
Awesome.
And he decided to humble himself down and join our little band, and we all started practicing, yeah.
And I can't.
Is it true that there's new music on the way? Have you guys been working on new stuff?
We started our first full length in mid-April, so we're doing it proper, and we're really excited.
How's it coming so far? I mean, how's that process been? That's a big deal for a band to do their first full-length album.
Getting together and writing and seeing the taste that we all have and blending that together. And
we're actually like producing it this time together, so everyone kind of has ideas, and it's instead of just going in and having, okay, we have 3 hours, we have time to kind of talk about it and add our own thing to it, you know.
Are you guys mostly self-taught? You just figured this out on your own, or did anybody get properly trained?
Tart magazines?
That's more or less proper. That's how I learned to host magazines.
I actually have a jazz composition degree.
Wow.
They went to Berkeley. These guys are,
How do you apply that then to the band if you do it all?
I fixed the chords.
Very cool. Well, guys, thank you for coming down.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
guys.
for doing this. It's the Hollers. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. Right now we're at the 90, which is a gathering spot for fans of the Seattle Sounders FC, Seattle's Major League Soccer team. From the get-go, this town has fallen in love with this team. It is as an electrifying atmosphere as you will find in any soccer venue in the U.S. Let's get started right now. Sounds by the Sound. We are on the pitch at CenturyLink Field for, without question, the most electrifying football or soccer stadium in the United States. It is unbelievable here. If you're looking for a genuine sports experience in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle Sounders FC football is where it's at. What was it like for you the first time that you stepped out on the pitch, CenturyLink Field, to play a match?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think every player that plays for Seattle, that's the one thing they say. They love playing in that stadium.
I remember hearing the boom boom clap, and I was here a year ago as a spectator, and as a fan I was able to witness from the other end, and now as a player I'm able to enjoy the fans and like play in front of them, and it's incredible because you can't even hear anything.
The atmosphere, because the fans are so vocal, you know, they love it, you know, they're on their feet the whole game, so amazing experience.
The march that the Sounders fans do, it's an incredible experience, and there's really not another place that does it as well.
Do you ever get a chance to see live music in Seattle?
Yeah, I went to a Big Sean concert last year, which was really cool in Auburn,
Oh,
Washington,
cool.
and it was just an amazing experience. He's a great performer.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no
Absolutely.
problem.
The Seattle Sounders FC again play at CenturyLink Field right over there. Their schedule is up online. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Sounds by the Sound. A special thank you to the Seattle Sounders FC for letting us crash the pitch in the middle of one of their matches. Thanks to the Mariners for stopping by and the Hollers for performing. Right now, we're going to do one more performance from Robert DeLong right there on Safeco Field. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
Twist your tiny lies into the truth. Spin it away with your fantasies. Turn your doubtful eyes back onto you. You're pushing me out with your jealousy. You're pushing me in the corner. I saw you with that faithful face. Heard you preaching the gospel that you helped to shape. You're watching it all together, making the pieces fit. But I won't buy a piece of that. Selling your speculation, then in your counterfeit. You got me, I must admit. Twist your tiny lies into the truth. Spin it away with your fantasies. Turn your doubtful eyes back onto you.